So, today we're going to be talking about how to approach a conversation or help a friend who is cheating or is in a relationship with a married man. So, she may be single and she's come to you and told you that she is in love with a married man. And really, how do you, as a friend, be one, a good friend, and two, remain in integrity with your values around cheating, right? And I think this is sometimes one of the difficult things is we're engaging in conversations that at times can violate the values and standards that we live by our life, and yet we're really wanting to help a friend. So where does that leave us? Firstly, I want to just point out if a friend is reaching out to you, one, there's either a lot of trust that they have with you, and or two is they're really seeking support or you've found out without them telling you. Firstly, infidelity is a very charged subject. There is a lot of people have been hurt by infidelity. You could have experienced infidelity in the home, or you could have had parents that were hurt by infidelity. And so there is just a lot of societal wounds around the impact of infidelity. While there is a lot of these wounds, there is also the other side of it, which your friend is going through, which is while they're in the trenches, for lack of a better word, of the affair and really not knowing how to navigate it, there is a lot of emotional, often enmeshment or patterns or trauma bonding going on that is under the surface, that when we are in love and these hormones and chemicals are stimulated and the nervous system is activated, we will violate our core principles, values, standards to meet these survival needs of our attachment system that is going on underneath. We've got these two parts. We've got the parts of, okay, there has been a lot of people that are greatly affected by affairs. And when we hear our friend coming to us and saying, okay, I'm in an affair, immediately you think of the other person that is being betrayed and the secrecy that's going on and the lies that are going on and all the wrongdoing that is going on. But if we fail to also acknowledge that for this friend of yours, there is actually an extreme amount of confusion, uncertainty, a lack of awareness on how to really approach this situation because there is so much activated in the nervous system. And although we can immediately be quick to approach your friend from the understanding, the awareness that you have around cheating or that have somewhat been associated to over the years, there is another story going on, which is the friend's actual challenge and struggle that they're going through. Often we may see that, okay, well, why are they pursuing this? And I wouldn't necessarily say pursuing because yes, they are engaging in it, but often there is a complete overwhelm of knowing what to do, how to do it, why am I pulled, why can't I leave, why do I keep engaging in this when it's hurting for me, where is this going? And all of these questions are extremely confusing. And yet, to vocalize these questions to a friend can be so shameful because if you're, say, loving a married person and you're really wondering, well, is this relationship going to go anywhere? Are they going to leave? Then vocalizing the fact that, okay, well, I'm willing to take this person away from their primary relationship can be so shameful. The biggest thing a friend needs is an ear, is a safe place to be able to vocalize all that they're feeling without feeling like as soon as they vocalize it, then it's going to be filtered through your eyes and through your lens and maybe through your unconscious judgments or conscious judgments. What they really need is support. If we come from a place of not knowing how to handle it or judgment or this is what you should do, then they often will step back and then try to get through it themselves. And that is further isolating and can often leave them in the affair for a lot longer if they don't have support by their side. So although it can feel really challenging to be an ear for this when you really want to help them, but then they're not really ready for help. Just having the space is healing for them to be able to process, okay, where am I going with this? The next thing that you'll probably face and or have faced is a friend that is going in circles with trying to end it, not ending it, ending it and then going back, or wondering where this is going and continually processing with you around what should I do about this situation and not getting any help. By you withdrawing as a friend, I think it's valuable if you need to set boundaries around yourself of how much you entertain in this. I think this is very self-respectful. And at the same time, really ensuring that your friend does find support where they are getting held in the way that they need to be held. Because often when we're in an affair dynamic, we have a very small pool of people where we feel safe to express. And if you're one of them and then you cut yourself from them, then they can often be going through this dynamic by themselves. Now, again, this is not your responsibility to be responsible for someone else's pain. However, what I will say is the safety that someone needs to feel in order to open up about such a significant situation that is so shameful, that is so self-judgmental, as very self-punishing. We can often have such a very small pool. It is really fundamental that they find the support. And so as a friend, whether you're either being that ear and that holding that space for them, or if it is taking a toll on you, maybe helping them ensure that they are finding a space where they feel truly held. One of the biggest things that I see slip up in these situations with support is with someone helping another through a fair situation that still has unhealed infidelity wounds. These wounds can be expressed in body language and even in the subtlest of body language. If the person that is in an affair expresses this to the therapist or another person and they haven't fully either healed their own infidelity wounds or they've never been through this situation that the person is going through, then it actually becomes reshaming to the person that who's opening up, because the person that is opening up about the affair, say your friend, if they open up and then they're reading into the therapist or the friend that they're sharing to, and there is body language that is essentially rejecting what they're saying, it is validating often the shame that they have about the situation, because they too also have society's judgments, parents' judgments, family judgments around how wrong infidelity is. And so they already have this, even though they're still in the situation, they still have these beliefs. And this is why it's deeply punishing to be in love with someone that you shouldn't be in love with, because often we just blame ourselves of like, come on, why can't you be better? Why are you doing this? And in reality, sometimes we don't get a choice on who we just fall in love with. And often this can come very unconsciously and it just happens to us. And if we don't have the tools on knowing how to navigate it, then we do fall into these situations, no matter what kind of beliefs we had around it before we got into it. I hope this gives you a little bit of understanding, maybe around the challenge that they're going through, even though we have a lot where we can often see a lot from different sides of who is impacted through infidelity, the children, the wife, the husband, whoever it may be. It's easy to look from those lenses. Make sure as a friend to your friend that you keep stepping into the shoes of your friend, trying to see it from their angle so that they can feel fully seen, held, understood for what they're going through. So I hope that helps. I offer a support community for women in affairs, and I also offer private mentorship programs where you can get one-to-one coaching support with me through this journey. I will leave you with that. Bye for now.